Hey, hey, I'm Amanda.
I'm Emily.
Welcome to Getting Juicy. All right,
Okay,
so today
today,
we have Bachelor Grant season,
episode
second
2.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah,
hmm
I watched it on Monday. Did you watch it on Monday night?
I did.
Yeah, I stayed up late and I regretted it because I was a little sleepy. I've been a little sleepy all week, but I was like, which I know 10 o'clock's not like super late, but I like to get up early.
No, I have been sleepy all week too. And actually, I just saw something on an account I follow that's like about the universe and the atmosphere and astrology and all this stuff. And evidently, this week there's been like a big something happening that can make you feel
Mm.
tired.
Okay.
Um, and I didn't know that, but I have literally like today's the first day that I have felt like I can even function.
Yeah, I really wanted to take a nap today, but I mean, there's still time, but
Yeah. Yeah.
not
And
good.
I usually when I take naps, I can't like get myself up and get going again. I think I've heard, I mean, like in the human design community, that's associated with where I'm a manifesting generator. I have like big
Hmm.
energy and it's hard to get it going again.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't have a defined route. But I'm telling you, yesterday I took a nap and it was like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that thumbs up?
See it now. I can see it now. Earlier I didn't see it.
Okay, I cannot handle that. I'm gonna, oh, I see. There's something selected. I fixed it.
That's hilarious.
Hopefully it won't do it again. Before we get into this,
Yeah.
do you see my mug?
I totally see your mug. Here, we can share our mugs.
Okay,
Mine,
yours says God has great plans for you.
yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And then you're radish. I'm pretty
Yeah, it
radish.
says I'm pretty radish with a radish on it because one of my girlfriends got this for me for my birthday. I thought it was so cute.
It's hilarious. I love coffee mugs, but I have too many. Like I have way too many.
Yeah, I have a lot too.
I need to pare it down. But yeah, okay. So let's talk about Grant. I actually rewatched it this morning when I was doing some baking. My whole morning didn't go the way I wanted it to go, but it's fine. But I rewatched it and like listened to it. And I love The Bachelor. I know I'm gonna say this probably every episode we record, but I love it. I just think it's so much more fun. I just do. I think it's fun for the
Yeah.
most part. It's light. Like there's some drama, obviously,
Yeah,
but fun.
this one got, I mean, I love it too. And I do feel like you, it's like one of my favorites. It's an oldie but a goodie. But
Yeah.
this one kind of got under my skin a little bit.
Did it? I thought it was good. I mean, there were parts. I thought it was good. So let's start from the beginning. So they had their basketball group date,
Yes.
which I thought was so cute. I thought it was fun. I really like that he's like being very intentional about like having kids around and seeing how people interact with kids. I thought that was fun. Um,
Yes, it was so cute. I will say that one of the things that annoyed me, and I'm sure they did this on purpose.
oh yeah,
Okay, so
like,
I'm not like, I mean, I'm certain it was like a production decision on purpose. But all the I was going to say gargantuan tall people, not like in a bad way, but they were all on one team, and then all the like
yeah.
short little people were on another team. And I'm like, this is a fucking joke. Like, of course, like the short people couldn't get a rebound. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
I'm very competitive.
that's
Like,
funny.
even if I want to act like I'm not, I am about things like that. And so I would be pissed if I was there.
Definitely going after those girls. She'd be like that one girl that knocked Zoe down, or Zoe, or whatever her name is. She's
Yeah.
like, bam.
Yes, I probably would because I would be on the short team and I would be getting so angry that I would just be like, fine, I will just clothesline you or plow you. I mean, you know.
That is so funny. I would like to watch that, to be honest with you, because I feel like you're kind of small framed. And
Yeah.
I would like to see you knock somebody down. I thought it was
Yeah.
funny that she did that, first of all. I mean, I'm not like into violence, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't just go around to like punch people, but I think she needed to put in her place a little bit. I mean, it didn't work clearly. Oh, and I was gonna say, at least they didn't do it where one team has to go home. Like
Oh
that's
yeah, I know.
always trendy, and that's always like gotten, I don't know, it just annoys me.
Yeah, I don't like it when they do.
Because I would be so upset. Like, you're ruining my chances of like talking to him and spending time with him.
Yeah.
And I thought the whole Zoe move was like not cool. Because I think it was awkward for him. I think it was awkward for everybody else. And then it just set a bad tone. Like,
Yeah, I can't figure out. So for anyone who, I don't know, do people listen and not watch it? I don't know. But if you didn't watch it, she kept like overtaking the dates and like stealing him away and then like over and over and over.
yeah. And it's not like those girls ever win. And I hate
No,
to say win, but it's not like they're the ones
they don't get chosen.
engaged. Yeah, and they're not the ones at the end that get engaged. So it's like lay under the radar. Even that little Allie Joe, and she was like so mad and so upset about it, and she's like confrontation all, I'm all worked up, and I'm like, girl, like
Right.
those were never the girls. I shouldn't say that. I think, did you ever watch Jake's season? He was a pilot. Jake
Yes.
Jake Pavelka or whatever his name is. Now he picked that girl.
I love how you remember all their names.
Last.
You texted me the other day, like, did I watch so and so season? And I had to like look up his picture
Oh yeah.
because I don't remember their names. But
I can do like this the more recent seasons. Like back in the day, I couldn't tell you. Like I didn't watch from the very beginning.
yeah.
I'm trying to think about who, like Jake was one of the first ones I watched, maybe Chris Soules.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I
him.
haven't always watched The Bachelorette, I don't think. I'm trying to think about the like I watched Becca's season, I
Yeah.
think.
I think I watched all of them, but like one season of The Bachelorette, maybe.
Hannah Brown's season, I think I
Yeah.
watched hers. Yeah.
Too. But
Anyway, yeah, they don't end up with that person at the end. So I just want to be like, dude, cool your jets. Like,
and I also think
you're gonna fall on her face on her
right.
without your help. She'll fall flat on her face without your help. She doesn't need help doing it. She
No,
will.
you're right. You're right. I kept thinking, um, first of all, I don't know what Grant's season. They keep calling her Zoe and Zoe. So I don't know which one it is, but
yeah.
I don't know what he sees in her, but I am just like, no, she to me is so fucking masculine.
Oh, okay. I can see it. I can see it.
And that's not necessarily like an issue. I know I talk a lot about women being feminine and men being masculine, and it doesn't, like, that's my framework, right? Like men can be feminine and women can be masculine, whatever. But that's my framework, and that's a lot of the internal work I do on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a really strong masculine. And I've had to really work on developing my feminine part of me because she went underground in my child's trauma. And she just stayed there for a long time because I didn't feel safe. But one of the reasons when I'm observing this and I'm like, I don't know exactly what he sees in her, and I'm noticing how masculine she is because he's pretty masculine.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not going to work because he is very masculine, I think. I think he is a dream.
Yeah, and there
I
has to be, like, if she wants a less masculine man than her, then that's fine.
Yeah,
there's
totally.
nothing wrong with that. But like a less masculine man, so she can be that masculine and like whatever, or she's gonna need like a real masculine man to the point that he'll like I'll just say it. Like I was gonna say he'll put her in her place. I don't mean that in a mean way.
No.
But I find just after working with so many people and doing so much work on myself and whatever, that you really can't be fighting for the masculine or the feminine energy in the relationship. It has to be this co-creative, beautiful dance. And I don't see that happening between Zoe and Grant.
No. And it's so like, awkward and I feel like uncomfortable in those situations when you have two of the girls who are like, I want attention, I want attention. Like, it's not cute. It doesn't come off cute. And I was really disappointed in her because when Allie Joe came and interrupted and wanted her time, Grant told her, I will be back. Like, I'll be back. Clearly he's interested. Clearly he's, wants to come back. And she should have just let it go. She should have honored him and what he said. And she should have just seen if he came back or not.
Right, because that would have shown her a lot about him.
Yeah, like he's intentional. He is true to his word. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, he's a busy guy. If he didn't come back, I don't blame him. Because producers could have came and gotten him. Like, there's just different situations that could come up where he couldn't come back.
But then also, does he address that either that night or when he sees her the next time? I know I told you I would do this. This is why it didn't happen.
Yeah, just like settle down, which I can see a lot of those characteristics in myself. I'm like quick to jump, quick to get, like, if I'm in a situation, quick to figure out how to navigate to get my needs met versus like stepping aside and saying, okay, this is what he said. We're going to see if this is what he really means. Just relax. Like, it's not your responsibility to do what he's saying he's going to do.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's his.
Yeah. He said he would be back. So sit down and be quiet. Because that's the thing. Now you look even worse, in my opinion. You look even worse interrupting again. I'd be like, can I tell him good night?
No, you like sneaking around the pillar and like, it was weird. I was like, no. I just don't care for her.
I think, too, something I really hope to see in the future with The Bachelor is, because I think it would be very masculine, is if they stop the interrupting. Like, okay, so let's say Allie Joe came in and said, hey, can I steal you for a second? I would just be like, you know what? Yeah, I really want to talk to you. I'm excited to talk to you. Let me just wrap this up and then I'll be there. Versus letting them get stolen, or like, for example, at the end, you remember at the end where Bailey was crying? Like, she was all upset. She's the one that's got like the short hair and she's Little Miss, like, take your thing. It was during the rose ceremony. And she's crying. And somebody walks out. I think it was Chloe. Walks out and is like, can I steal you? Not knowing that she's upset. To me, it would be very masculine if Grant was like, you know what? Right now, Bailey's like, we just need to finish this. Like, I just need to wrap this up. Or, she's upset right now. Like, can you give her just another minute? I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I think, I think that they could totally, like, the man could totally do that. I've seen it maybe a handful of times in all the years, but it's rare that they say no. Or, give us a second. And
I think it's comfortable probably, but if you just address the person talking to you like, hey, I want to talk to you too. I want to learn more about you, but let's wrap this up. I think that would just provide all of these women with more support, more masculine containment, and there would probably be less drama and craziness.
Yeah.
Because if I was Bailey, I would be a wreck. If I was Allie Joe, I would be a wreck. I'd be like, well, why am I not good enough? Why do you have to jump every time she comes in the room?
Right. Because she was already so upset, Bailey was. And having like all these feelings and emotions, and there's
a lot of them upset already. And I'm like, girls, they got
a long road ahead of them.
What
did you think of Juliana? Is there anything else you wanted to say about basketball though before we get there?
I don't think so. Basketball was okay. That group date was okay. I mean, I thought it was cute, but no.
Yeah.
I mean, I did think he was cute when he was intentional with the one girl with the nails. Is that who you're talking about?
That was so sweet. Yeah. And then he gave her the hand massage. Yeah. Oh my God. He like brought oil and was like, I know you lost a nail. And she's like, I lost all my nails.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she is in the top 4. I also want to know, you think? I don't think she will be. I think she'll be like top 8, maybe.
I think she's going to go far because there's unless something drastic changes.
Yeah.
I think she's going to go far because there's something between them that I just think it's like a great, you can just see the chemistry.
Okay.
And it's not
That's
just
right.
sexual, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, just intentional. I'm really curious though what kind of nails these girls have on. Is it just like the glue on kind?
That's what I thought.
Because I'm like, if my
Literally,
nails come off right now, I would be like bleeding,
that's
like
what I was
crying,
gonna say.
bleeding. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing the dip right now, which is not very toxin free.
Oh yeah, you would be. It's not very toxic.
No, I said it's not toxin free,
Oh,
but I love it and they last forever.
they do.
But if these puppies came off, I would be like shedding blood. I would need to see a medical professional.
No, you would because I use Dazzle Dry,
Yeah.
a non-toxic. I do them myself at home, and my nails have gotten longer than they've ever been. And I use that, and I've been doing a lot of collagen, and my nails have just grown like crazy, which is
Uh-huh.
wild because especially having Ehlers-Danlos, like people's nails usually are terrible with EDS, but
Hmm.
whatever. But I used to do dip like several years ago, and
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean because my gel never worked for me. My nails just peeled away from them.
Yeah.
But dip was like it would have pulled my whole entire nail off of the nail bed. Like I would have nothing left if so I think they must just use a press-on nail.
Yeah, that'd be my guess because they do all have like pretty nice nails the whole season. I'm sure they're not doing anything super rigorous. So I bet they probably just do and like take a bunch of packs of like the press on nails because I doubt that they're allowed to go get them done. Like, and I don't know that the show's gonna pay for somebody to come in and do them.
That's what I always wondered. I was like, did they bring people in to do their nails? I've always been curious. And this time I was like, if every single girl lost all those nails, I don't think, because there was a lot of girls lost their nails.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Anyway,
Anyway, so back to Liana.
yeah, I just think she's cute. I think she is very feminine, and she so far she does feminine really well. Like it's natural to her, I think. And I feel like as I was watching, that was the vibe I got on the first episode, just seeing her with her family. I think it came across like
Was she the one that was adopted or something?
no, she came from the big Italian family.
Oh, in the car. She was the one in the car. Okay.
Yeah. And then they showed them at their house and she came out in the dress and her whole family was like, oh my God, you look so
Yeah.
pretty.
Uh-huh.
Like, God, that was just so, I felt like that was such a beautiful, special moment.
Yes,
And
my family do that.
my family would not do that. And,
Mine wouldn't.
and like, I mean, maybe that just says something about me that like I feel like I missed out on that kind of a
Yeah.
family experience, but like I just love that they were celebrating her in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. A good explanation of why she is the way she is. Like how
yes,
able to just be so light and bubbly all the time.
yes, that's
Mhm.
exactly where I was going with that. It's like, oh, she's just been so supported. Not that nothing bad's ever happened in her life. I don't know anything about that, but she has this certain kind of a family support that has set her up to like really be able to relax into her feminine.
Yeah,
You have to relax to be in your feminine. You really have to relax.
that's true. That's very true because you have to let other people like have you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I think she's cute. I think she's cute. She would be fun on Bachelor in Paradise though. I'm like so selfish because I'm like, okay, but if she like makes it all the way or whatever, which I don't know that she will, but she would be great for Bachelor in Paradise. She would be very like on the top
Right.
of the list for lots of people, I think.
Right. Yeah, I mean, she would be, but I also don't know if she would be that vibe.
The Bachelor in Paradise? Oh, I think so.
You do?
Yeah, because I think
Probably
there's a
watch
lot
that
of
show.
people. I think there's a lot of people that go in with the intention of wanting to find somebody while they're there, and I think that would be her intention.
Yeah.
I think she would want to find somebody. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so back to the show. So what happened after that? Then it was the next group date or it was Alex's date?
No, I can't. I think I don't remember which was which, but or which
Yeah.
was next. But I was gonna just go to the next group date because
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think that's what happened next.
I looked at my notes and because I just wrote like 4 things down that stood out to me, and I swear to God, one of the girls said, "Let me see what I wrote. Something like burned my eyeballs." When
Oh, wait,
talking
yeah,
about Carolina.
Carolina or whatever her name was. Yeah, I
Yeah.
climbed on top of him. Like,
And kissing him and making out. And this girl was like, it burned my eyeballs.
yeah, yes. And I think she ended up staying. She stayed over the Greek dress girl, the Aaliyah girl or Alicia or whatever her name was. I thought she was going to stay for a long time and she went home. I was so sad.
I
But
know.
I think that girl stayed.
Yeah, I
I
thought she
got
was
sent home.
gonna. I thought she was gonna stay too.
Hopefully she'll go to Bachelor in Paradise. Anyways, yeah.
But
So
what
funny.
did you think of that date and of the Carolina's kissing him and all of that stuff?
I could not do that date. I would be the train wreck in the corner, probably that would need a lot of
So
support.
for anyone that didn't watch it, they had to like write a short little song type
Yeah,
thing and perform it for him. But they did a
yeah,
group performance, and the person who like created the Pussycat Dolls was there teaching them a dance.
yeah,
And then
and
they
then
each had to step forward and sing what they wrote and dance for him.
yeah, in front of an audience.
Yes.
And Mario was there. That was a fun
Oh
surprise.
my God, that was so fun. I used to love his music. I mean,
Yeah,
I still do, but back in the day, I would.
right. When he was like on the radio all the time, like he was, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
anyway, you couldn't do it, you're
no,
saying?
I would need a lot of support from the male lead. I would need him to be like, "You've got it. Like you can do this. It's going to be so fun." I just don't like that. Like I like those girls. Obviously, none of them could sing. I can't sing, which is fine. I would have fit right in, but I just am not the one to like get on stage, sing a song, and then hope for
Hmm.
the best. Like that would be like my like worst date.
Yeah. It's
I'd
funny to
much rather play
me.
basketball.
Yeah, it's funny to me because I actually like I used to sing in a band, like I can sing.
Yeah.
In that scenario, it's not like I'm gonna get up there and like be real serious and actually be singing so I would probably sound terrible. Do you know what I mean? But I
Mhm.
don't think I would. And also, you don't get to pick the key of the song. Like, it could be in the totally wrong key for you, and you need to be like doing harmony on it or something.
Yeah.
But you have to like, it's the main key. So, what are you going to do then? Like, there's all these factors. So, I don't even think it's really, I think it's like what you're saying. It's just think of it like it's going to be so fun. Just go up there. I mean, I would probably not even try to like sing. I would just like do something silly or like rap it or like be like, I don't know.
Yeah. I could see you
Something
being really good at that.
like because you have to be able to, I feel like as all the years of watching the show, you have to be able to like make fun of yourself and
Mhm. Yeah.
not
Nope.
take yourself so
Nope. I
serious.
would not be a good contestant on the show. I'll watch. I would be the train wreck crying in the corner.
But the dance part I would love because I love to dance.
Yeah. I
I
do
would
too.
be
I
like,
love to dance in the comfort of my own kitchen without people watching.
oh no, I like I used to like dance for cheer. I used to go out and dance at the bars all the time. And I would like just dance with random people. Like I
Yeah.
love to dance. And
Yeah.
so that would be so fun. But when he picked Carolina and she won it, first of all, I understood why she won because she did that whole Spanish like part of it in
Yeah.
Spanish. And she
Uh-huh.
was the most nervous to do it. So
Hmm.
that was like so sweet that she ended up winning. But then like I don't know why everybody got so mad at her for kissing him and stuff
You
because
would have gotten mad.
I would have I would have not liked to see that, but I also would have felt like this is her shot. Like I can both things for me can be true. Like I could be in it and not like it at all and feel pissed off inside myself and also like not be mad at her for taking advantage of the situation and like having fun with it and like that felt natural to her. Fine. Because it's like she said, she was like, God, I was just so happy. And I felt like I was having so much fun and I was so happy. And then this was at their after party, you know, with
Yeah.
him. And then when I realized everybody was so upset with me, it like put a damper on that.
Which
And
I can totally see what she's saying there with that. I would feel the same way, like, oh, well, darn, like I had fun.
right. And she's like, well, am I supposed to like put their needs ahead of my own? Like, no, you're there
Yeah.
to get to know him. Like, if you were on a date alone with him and that was happening, that's exactly what I would do. I mean, I would be making out with them like that. So
Yeah.
then don't act like you wouldn't do that just because there's other girls around.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see, I mean, I see what you're saying, and I totally understood her perspective. I just thought for me, in a group date setting, like even with the whole Zoe thing, like it just, to me, I feel like it comes off very aggressive. Like when she's straddling him and she's like pushing him into the couch and just like going to town, making out with him. To me, I'm like, okay, that's a little aggressive. Like that's me, especially in the situation you're in. You're right. If it was just the two of them, go for it. Like do your thing.
Right. But like, do you think I have two questions for you?
Okay, ask away.
First of all, number one, do you think you're putting a lot of that on her? Like he was a participant in this
I think she was on top. So like,
and
what's he gonna do? Like stand up and shove her off? Like maybe he did love it. Maybe he
he said he did. He
Yeah,
told
I
her.
mean, he said he enjoyed it, but that also kind of aggravates me. Like, I get him being caught up in the moment, but like, it's not a one-on-one date. Like, you have all these other girls you're supposed to be getting to know, supporting. Like he said, he needed to protect her or whatever. Well, you have to protect all of them, unfortunately. Like, this is kind of what you signed up for.
Yes. So that leads me to my second question.
Okay, so second question.
Okay, so first question, you don't think he had as much responsibility because he was on the bottom?
Yeah, that's how
Okay.
I look at it. Because I
Yeah.
mean, like, you also have to remember he's on TV, he's in front of all these people. Like, he's not gonna like shove her off.
No,
Like,
but he can totally, a masculine man can totally, I don't think she took advantage of him in any way or that he did anything he didn't want to do. I don't feel like that. So I think them putting it all on her, I think it just perpetuates this thing that like women are not supposed to be that way. Women are, not that you're saying that she was slutty, but like
yeah.
there's that whole perception about women and how women are supposed to behave that like I just don't buy into that at all.
As the female, I think I would get curious with him and be like, so like, were you super into that? Like, I probably would ask him, like, is that like what you like? I would be curious.
Like if you were one of the other girls.
Yeah, if I was one of the
Yeah.
other girls, I'd just be like, because it would bug me. So I'd be like, did you like love that? Because I know she was on top and like all these other things that are happening around you.
Yeah.
Like, were you super into it or did you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah. Okay, that would be a great question actually to ask him. None of them ask him that. They just blamed her, right?
Right.
Instead of
Because
him.
I mean, I can see what you're saying. I see
Yeah,
what you're saying.
he was a participant.
Yeah. And if they were on a different show, if they were on Love is Blind, I'd be like, heck yeah, get you some. But I guess to me, I just feel because that's like they're all separated. They all have their
Yeah,
own
yeah.
individual
Yeah,
couple.
yeah, yeah. I was
I
thinking.
just feel like in that setting, I don't know.
So that was my second question. My second question is like, so I'll just ask it how I was going to because I was trying to think of a way to rephrase it. But like when you look at a group date, like when I look at the group date, I look at it like, yes, we're all on this date together because that's just the way it is. But I'm not going to be less affectionate or less of who I am because there aren't many one on one dates, is the reality. So
Yeah.
really trying to get to know each other. And if your personality is more like for me, I saw that as like fun and playful. I didn't feel like
Yeah.
she was trying to be like sexually aggressive. Like I just thought like if I'm like dancing with him and doing all this, then like I probably will get on the couch and sit on him and kiss him, and then I would get up and dance more or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like not that's normal for me. So I just figure that's how people like some people hold hands with him in group dates, or some people give him a kiss in group dates. But and in that instance, it wasn't like that was her time just with him because he chose her to be serenaded and for them to dance together and have that moment.
Would have been better if this was backstage. I'm not a producer, but
Yeah. But so
like
then
if I was backstage and it was happening, it wouldn't bother me as much as like standing right there.
so then I guess my
Anyway,
question
so your question.
is it more of that you feel like she behaved in a way she shouldn't given the group setting, or is it more that you think that the people, like the other people, like you were just saying, should be like not? I mean, because the reality is they're there. So, like, you just
Right.
think if you're on a group date, you just behave a certain way.
I think for me and myself, I would behave a certain way on a group date.
Right.
For me personally. But
Yeah.
that kind of goes back to the whole Zoe thing because she said that multiple times she's there to shoot her shot.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
I mean, did you think like when she pulled him from the group date and like the shooting, like how did you feel about that? Were you like, you go girl, or were you like, this is
No,
uncomfortable?
I didn't like that because they were all supposed to be doing this slam dunk competition. And she didn't
Yeah.
pull him for like a few seconds for her time. She was like, let me take you upstairs on the roof and spend the whole rest of the time up there. They evidently were there a long time. And
Yeah.
I don't like that she did that, but I also didn't like that he didn't say, look, this isn't the appropriate time for this. Like, let's
Yeah.
finish this. Or like when they went to the elevator, he wasn't like, okay, we're not going upstairs. Like,
Yeah.
you can say what you have to say right here because I need to get back in there. Like, he
Yeah.
didn't set boundaries. But for me, it was a different situation with Carolina.
Because of being her like special one-on-one time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess there is a difference there with that aspect. She's not like derailing the entire date to be with him. I don't know. In the past, and not all the time, but like when somebody wins something and they get like a special time, I don't feel like everybody else is there watching it. I think
you're right. They're not usually.
I think if everybody else wasn't there watching it, I think what you're saying, like, yes, it was cute, it was fun, it was flirty, you do you. But for like me, who has to live in a house with all of these girls, I don't know. Maybe I could get caught up in the moment. Maybe I could. I don't know.
I mean, that's the whole experiment
Group
of it.
dates are just really hard to navigate, I feel like. Like, I don't think that I would do super great. Like, I think for group dates for me, I would just want to be the girl that's like in the middle. I have great conversations with him. We have a great time when we talk. Like, there's chemistry there, whatever. But, like, I don't think in a group date setting that I would want to shine necessarily. Like, I would just want to be like in the middle, just like hanging out.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be.
Yeah. I mean, right. Okay. So that is exactly perfect for you, right? Like, exactly perfect.
Yeah.
And I think it's an interesting scenario because usually people who are like, I want to shine and I want to be myself. And I'm like the people who are more like, I just want to be over here kind of quiet or in the middle or whatever. They're the ones that get upset with people who like have more attention or shine brighter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But I think that the shining brighter, getting more attention necessarily like is qualifications for being there at the end. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
At
So
all.
like I would
But
try
I'm
and
just
remember
saying it's a
like
difference
with
in
the
personalities.
yeah, like with the Zoe thing and with like the Carolina thing, I would just be like, I would try and remind myself, I guess, that like those aren't always the people that end up like at the end.
Exactly.
Like even people who get like group date roses, like that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be there at the end. Like every group date has to have a rose. Like that's just how it goes, I guess, you know?
Right. Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. And that would be like for me personally, not like I wouldn't expect to get a rose every time, but I would be like, oh, like I would feel more disappointed about not getting a rose than seeing some other girl kiss him, I feel like. Because I
Okay. That's
just know in my mind we are all there dating him. And I don't expect anyone who's dating someone to not make out with that person.
Yes. No, I think you're totally right. I think you're totally right. I just, yeah, group dates are like awful or like the 2-on-1s.
That one is the worst one to me.
Yeah,
The
they're just like uncomfortable, I guess.
And they know somebody's going home and it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. So like I think you're right. I think being caught up in the moment, and that's probably where she was. She was caught up in the moment. It felt good. Maybe she forgot the other girls were standing there. And
yeah,
that been, I mean, when she was in all that intense situation with everybody else where they're like, "Rah," you know, she maybe she could have just easily said, like, listen, I just got caught up in the moment. Like I forgot you guys were there. Like I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I just forgot you guys were even in the room.
yeah. Like I'm not trying to be a hussy, okay? I'm just having some fun
I
over
think
here.
that's so good. I think when they are like standing there watching it and they can see it, and like from their perspective, they're probably feeling like maybe she's showing off or something. Like they could have interpreted it totally wrong. So maybe that's where I would need to get curious and be like, you know, so we're like, were you trying to show off or like what, you know, or like am I misunderstanding this? I feel like maybe I am. Like
Yeah.
let's just ask these questions. I feel like they all just kind of sit there and stew and like point
Yes.
fingers instead
And
of
project.
yeah, instead of getting to know somebody.
Yeah. This actually, can we take just like a 5-minute tangent, maybe? Maybe will only
Yeah,
be,
go for it.
but
I was just checking the time. We still have a little bit, yeah.
so I have been playing with something in my own life. And I've been playing with this for a long time, but I'm on like next level of it. Like,
Yeah, because we always talk about there's like layers.
yeah,
So you play and practice all the time, and then there's layers. So you
yeah,
come up with something, and you're just like working at the layers of it.
right. So, what I have been playing with for a long time that I'm now doing even more is not needing anyone else to change their behavior at all for me, at all.
I think that is so tough. I think as you age and you get older and wiser,
Mhm,
maybe, and I feel like some of these girls can be very mature.
mhm.
But yeah, not having anybody else change their behavior for you. So you are saying you are owning, like truly owning your own responsibility to everything going on around you, like truly owning it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really practicing that right now on a deeper level. And it started with my Nana's passing, um, and just being back home and observing some things. And then it has just more and more, it's come up in different places where I've been able to go, oh, you know, what is it that I don't like about this situation? And how can I respond? Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
as an NG, like responding is one of my um one of my strategies. But like, how can I respond that honors me without requiring anyone else to change anything that they've done? Because I'm not in control of that. They have to be in alignment with themselves. I'm not here to teach them anything. You know, I'm just, even if I feel like there's something they could learn or whatever, if they're meant to learn it, they're going to learn it on their own. And just
Mhm.
responding the way that I feel like is in alignment for me is enough. So I don't need to be like, oh, don't, like, I need you to not say these certain things to me, or when I share this with you, I need you to be this way back with me, or oh, like none of that. None of it. It's just
Okay.
total freedom. They get to be whoever they are, and I make choices that feel in alignment for me based on that.
Okay. So I just okay. I'm trying to make sure I'm understanding you like correctly. Oh, I forgot I had mascara on. I'm like rubbing my eye. So I'm trying to come up with this scenario to think about. Like, do you have anything specific, like a general and specific situation that you can give me an example of? Because I think I was in like interpreting it in a different way.
Oh, tell me how you were interpreting it.
Well, like, like, okay, let's say this person over here, I don't know. Let me do something really small. This is like very small, silly, insignificant. Like somebody puts the toilet paper on, people like this is like a big
Oh
debate
yeah,
on
yeah,
the wrong way.
yeah.
And instead of like getting pissy or being like, why do you keep doing it like that? You just like flip the toilet paper over and move on. That's how I was interpreting it. But you're like
Yes.
saying, yes, but you're saying that you also like are responding back to somebody.
Well, in the example you just gave, I would be responding by just either looking at the toilet paper and going, who gives a shit which way it's facing? Which actually, it's funny you said this because when I first got married, I was 19 years old. Keep that in mind. But the toilet paper thing was a big deal for me. Like I needed it a certain way. Who
Yeah.
gives a fucking shit, you know? But it seemed like such a big thing. And then one day I just was like, what I just said, like who gives a shit? Who cares? And I just decided however the toilet paper went on was fine. So that was me responding to it. I just decided my response was leave it.
Okay.
My response could
So
have also been flip it whenever I'm in there. Who cares? Right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
um
So give me a specific example though where you were verbally responding to somebody because I feel like to me the way I interpreted it was like, okay, there's all this chaos happening around me and I'm like, I don't care. Like whatever. Whatever. You do you. I'm just going to keep living my life. Like I guess to me I was interpreting as like no response at all.
yeah, and for the most part that's what it has been for me. For the most
Okay.
part it has been where normally I would say, like I'll give an example. I shared something with someone not long ago that was really vulnerable for me to share.
Uh-huh.
And their response was um not at all, like I didn't feel like it was loving or caring or anything.
Okay.
And then the way they said they were going to follow up with me, they didn't.
Okay.
So normally I would have felt like I needed to be like, okay, I've got to change something about this relationship with them because this behavior is not acceptable to treat me like this.
Yeah.
So I would have said, that is absolutely not what I expect of this relationship. This is how I need you to, like, if you tell me something that you're going to check in with me, I need you to do it. If you, like,
Yeah.
this is what I needed to hear from you when I shared this vulnerable thing, whatever. Well, and that's a lot of the ways we're taught is like, be so communicative, say what we need, blah, blah, blah. But what I realized is, and that's great, you should do that up front. But is with someone who I have done that with multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized, like, okay, they're doing all they can do, evidently. Like, this is their capacity to hold this vulnerable thing for me. This is their capacity to deal with it. and they don't have the capacity to do what I'm asking, or they don't care, or what. I can make up whatever story I want.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I just decided to be like, okay, I'm not going to say anything at all. Like, I'm not even bringing it up again.
Yeah.
Just accepting that they showed me exactly what the capacity they have to interact with me about these kinds of things is. They've shown me their capacity. So then I get to choose in the future, am I going to share vulnerable things, or am I going to keep it surface level, or what?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So no response. Because I'm like thinking when you're telling that story, I'm like, okay, so right now I don't maybe getting curious has been my thing right now. So I would have been like, you know, like, does it bother you when I like did that story like bother you or affect you at all? And if they were like, nope, I'd be like, okay. and then and then if they were supposed to follow up with me, I'd be like, so, I'd probably wait a little bit. But remember how you said that you were gonna follow up? Like, did something come up? Did something happen? Like, or did you just forget about it? And if they're like, well, I just forgot, I'd be like, all right, there we go.
Yeah.
Because I do that. I make up, different scenarios or situations in my head. So I've been really trying very hard to get curious and like, depending on what their response is,
Yeah.
just be like, oh, well, that explains a lot of that,
Yes.
But I do think
And
I think that's a good skill to have is to be able to move on, I guess.
yeah, it's not that I actually was, still kind of like internally wrestling with it, even though I knew like I was accepting this is the capacity, this is how it is. But I was internally wrestling with it because it hurt me.
Yeah.
And I just had this insight that just literally I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. I was just doing some dishes. And excuse me. And I had this knowing of maybe maybe you're the one that is supposed to show love. Like maybe okay, let me give a little more detail. So there was part of me that wanted to withhold my own love and the way I love and do, and like, because
Oh, so like you don't care about me. Clearly, you don't care about me. So I'm done caring about you too, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. And what happened was, as I was like noticing, okay, so the next time I see this person, I'm just going to withdraw. And I'm
Yeah.
just going to be like, I'm not, by the way, to be clear, like, we get to choose all of our relationships, right? So, and this isn't like a boyfriend or something, but this is just a different type of situation where I am clear that I was like, how do I want to keep showing up? And part of me was like, I want to just withdraw and be like, I'm doing the bare minimum then. But then I, inside myself, could feel that didn't feel exactly right.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm like, so do you think like does that feel good to you to be like, whatever? Like does
Right.
it make you feel good to be that way?
Right. So that's when I was like in that layer of my exploration. So the curiosity has been inside me rather than I've already done the curiosity with the other in
Yeah.
past.
The other person. Uh-huh.
So now it's inside me. I'm curious with myself, like, okay, well, then how do I want to show up? And da 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 da. So I,
Getting curious with yourself is so fun sometimes.
oh my God, it is the best. It's like one of my favorite practices.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, fuck. Because I just had this like, boom, it just came in like, just because we have stories about like our roles, and this person is supposed to be and for me in this story, this person's supposed to be the one showing me love and teaching me love and da 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 da. And it's feels like it's been reversed for a long time,
Mhm.
maybe forever. And then it was like I just had this knowing and this insight from spirit that was like, well, fuck, that's just your own story. Like, who says that I didn't come into their life to show them what love looks and feels like?
Yep. Yes, ma'am. I was literally just thinking that, like, okay, so God clearly has a plan.
Yeah. And so it's
And
really,
it's really their job to learn, like, and grow. Like, you can't make somebody learn and grow.
no, we all
You
have to.
can't, yeah, you can't make somebody change, basically. You can, like you said, you've already gotten curious. Sometimes just getting curious with somebody, like a partner, for example, like just getting curious with your partner, sometimes that allows them to go, oh, like they're thinking about it themselves. You can't just be like, you're not, blah, 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 blah. Like
Yeah.
you just get curious with them, like, do you ever think about like taking me on a date? Like, does that ever cross your mind? Like, because
Yeah.
seasons in life are busy, or whatever the situation be. Like, do you ever dream about what it looks like when you come home for dinner? Like, do you ever think, after your work day, like, do you ever think about what your life looks like or whatever? I just think getting curious with people can be so insightful, and it kind of triggers them to think a little bit more in a way that they're not used to thinking, or they've kind of thought about it, but it's like gets brushed under the rug because they're busy thinking about all the things they naturally think about. Yeah, all of this makes so much sense.
Yeah.
You're on it, girl. You are on the right track.
But
That's
it made me
exactly right.
the reason it came up is because I was thinking about this group date thing, and it's like, well, so rather than them needing Carolina, whatever her name is, to do something different, if they just like got curious with themselves about
Yeah.
how what
Yes.
they need, how they want to show up,
Well,
and
like, or just asking themselves, why am I so upset about this?
exactly, and
Is
right,
it
and
jealousy? Is it
Mhm.
anger? Does that not align? Like, is that not in alignment with me to like act that way in public, or whatever the case may be? But then you don't need to push those opinions on her, depending on what they are.
I would say you don't need to ever push them on her, no matter what. Like
Well, like,
because
if you're just like, I'm jealous, like, to me, I would probably talk to her a couple days later after a group date and be like, you know what, because this would make me
oh yeah,
feel,
I see.
or this would help foster my relationship with her. I would be like, listen, like, I just have to be honest with you. I've really been like asking myself why I was so frustrated that night. And honestly, it's because I'm jealous. I want to be up there with him just like you were. And
Good.
I'm really sorry that I like
Yes.
brought your day down because I'm jealous. Like, not to say
Yes.
we're not going to be in a situation again where somebody's jealous, but like, I'm really sorry that, I made you feel a certain type of way when whatever, when I felt this way.
Beautiful. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah,
And
that's what I
I
meant.
would
If I
say
was like, I wouldn't do that in public, that girl, I wouldn't go up to her and be like, you know why I was upset about that? Because that's not how I behave in public. Like, I would never say that to her
right,
because
right,
that's a me thing. Like,
right.
totally fine. And you could think, well, maybe, I don't know, whatever. We don't have to keep going down that rabbit trail, but
Anyway, yes. So
those
anyway,
are
that's
two
why it came
different
up.
scenarios.
Yeah. I just think beautiful, 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 beautiful. Anyway.
Yeah.
Um I know
Um,
we're like about at time, but do you want to talk at all about the single date, the one-on-one?
so I have one more thing I thought about.
Okay.
Okay, do you remember in that group date where Letitia was like upset because he said, like, nobody tells you no, do they? Like,
Oh yeah.
first of all, when he said that, I was like, damn, I am good looking. But I don't know. I feel like her response too is like, I thought it was really great that she shared all of that with him. Like, well, clearly I'm on your show, so people tell me no all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that whole situation where she's like, I'm tired of dating. And she's like crying. Like, I thought that whole,
Yeah.
I hope she stays on for a while.
And
I
he
like
was like, I'm tired of dating too.
I'd like to see her character develop. Did you think he looked tired? I told my husband that. I was like, he looks tired. Like his eyes are just like sagging down a little bit. Like he wants to be there. He's really trying to be present for people, but he looks a little sleepy.
God only knows. Like he's probably exhausted. Okay. Can
Yeah.
you imagine holding that much presence and energy for that many women, 2 group dates and a single one in just a few days? Like,
Nope.
I mean, I would be exhausted.
Yeah. I would be
I
exhausted.
can, I mean, yeah, I need downtime and alone time. I would be like, we're gonna need to schedule these a different way.
Yeah. Like I really need to decompress. Well, I think that that would be so hard to even figure out who to pick at that point because you'd be like running this through your brain and running that through your brain. I mean, at least for me, I'd be like, well, I didn't say this right or I didn't say that right. But maybe being in the lead role, you're more like, I have the power, so I don't have to think about what I'm saying necessarily. I don't know.
Well, I think I understand what you're saying, but I really do think that people, okay, I think it would also depend on if it's the bachelor or the bachelorette, because I tend to find
Yes.
that women focus more inward on like what I said, how I acted, da, da, da,
Mhm.
da, and men focus their attention more outward, like on everyone else and on all the women and on what happened.
Yeah.
So I think as a bachelorette, it would seem you would have to more on purpose shift that
Yeah.
to make the decision. I mean,
Hmm.
yes, be in your body, like who did I feel the best with? And
Hmm.
but you would have to maybe, I don't know, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying traditionally that's how we're conditioned.
Yeah.
Um, I will say I loved the date that was at the mall and like that he wrote that song right in the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. Alex. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That whole date looks super fun. I feel like she was a little like uneasy.
Oh, did
I
you?
think, yeah, I think there were a couple times where I felt like maybe I don't want to say uneasy, like she's uncomfortable, she doesn't like him, whatever, but just kind of like
Uh-huh.
not
I think
fully like letting herself out. Like I think she was holding things back. Like I think she is super fun, super sweet, and it makes sense, based on her story.
that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Like, yeah, being vulnerable would be very hard
Well,
in
she
that
doesn't have
setting.
parents. She said she's estranged from her mom and her dad's never been in her
Yeah.
life. And
Hmm.
but I do wonder if there's a part of her that feels like she's not good enough for him.
Yes. Maybe.
Because
Mhm.
I mean, just watching it, I felt like, I mean, she's so super cute and it looked like they had fun and he was definitely, I felt like into her. But I just felt like there was this, especially when they were dancing together at the end,
Yeah.
felt a little like um that energy of
Mhm.
she was like almost like he was her caretaker or like she wasn't like like can I actually have this? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um it was just a feeling I had. There was nothing said.
Yeah.
Did you share that or no?
No. I mean, no, I didn't get that vibe, but definitely felt like she was holding back a little bit. But I
Yeah.
guess I wasn't like, I don't know. I wasn't really like super focused into that specific part of it.
Oh.
Sometimes when they're like doing things that's like intimate or whatever, I'm like, I don't need to watch. Like this is between the two of you. Like I don't need to see.
Oh
Not that
yeah,
I
you've
don't
said
want to
that
watch
before.
it. Not that I don't want to watch it, but like I'm not always like I
Yeah.
don't know. Like it was
You've
just such
said
a
that
sweet
before.
moment. I'm not like dialed in because I'm like, oh, this is your thing. I'm just watching it.
Oh yeah. And see, I really zero in on that. And I'm wondering as you're talking about it, if part of it is um like where I have PTSD, I've learned that, and this is very true for me. Like when I learned this, I was like, oh my God, yes. Like I am hyper aware of people's
Mm.
little like micro
Yes.
anything.
Like mannerisms kind of a thing. Like you can instantly be like, she's not comfortable right now. Or
Yeah, or
like,
like, and it comes back to know, like, am I safe?
yeah. Hmm.
Like as a like kid, it was like watch everything, see if I'm
Yeah.
safe, see if, and so you learn to just watch little things that other people don't maybe notice or pick up
Yeah.
on.
Hmm.
And so that could also be part of it. I'm thinking, like, I didn't even think of that until we right now.
Yeah.
But
That could totally be it. That would make sense.
yeah, but I just felt like that kind of feeling with her, and she's cute as a button.
She is very cute. She's super cute. When he was singing to her, it was so sweet. But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, like 10 years ago, maybe not that long, probably like 5 years ago, because some of these girls are older, 5, 6 years ago. If I had a guy sing to me like that, would I laugh or would I be like into it? Because sometimes I can be that way. I can be like, what the hell? Like, it was a great song. It was cute. It was cool. But like sometimes I can like trip myself up in those areas and I can be like, whatever. Like, what is happening? Like, I don't know. I think I would have laughed or something and been like an idiot. Like, oh, that's so funny that you're like singing me a song right now. Like, I don't know.
Oh no, I would have loved it.
Yeah. No matter what, like
Like,
any point in your life, you would have been like, oh, yes, this is great.
yeah, yeah. I would have been
Interesting.
like, yeah.
Interesting. But I can make things awkward and uncomfortable sometimes just because of my own, like, whatever. Like, what? That's a whole other thing for another day. But yeah, I thought it was a cute date. I really like the concept of it. I was really hoping she'd go shopping. like,
No,
like
me
what
too.
free stuff are we getting from this mall right now?
Me too. I love it when they go shopping and they get like they come back with all those bags.
Yeah, yeah. I thought this was more fun maybe when than like when they're trying on the fancy dresses and stuff because it's
Yeah.
more interactive between the two of them versus like her trying on these dresses and him just like hanging out and be like, oh yeah, you look great. Like this is fun.
Oh, it was so fun. Like, I'm like, I want to go on one of those dates where I can ride that little thing around the mall and like I want to ride one of those. And I
The
want
one
to
where
like
they actually had to work it with their feet, I was like, man, my legs would be tired if that was leg day. Like, I don't even know if I could do it. Oh,
that's
I'm cracking up.
that's funny. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, to me, it's so far so good.
Yeah, I love The Bachelor. It's so fun.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see. We'll see how long it goes. Like, you remember the Vegas girl? I don't remember if she got sent home. I feel like she did. Did she get sent home?
You know what? I can't remember either.
But I
Did
thought she was going to be the wild card. I predicted that so wrong. I was like, she's going to be the wild card. And then I think she like talked just a little bit in this episode, and I was like, "Oh, you are so not the wild card." Like
I know. I thought that
you
too.
just like totally threw me off with your entrance. I think like
Yeah, me too.
you
She did
didn't tell
with
me
me.
her when she talked, and I was like, "What? I think
Yeah, because even last week on in the podcast, I was like, this is the Bachelor. She doesn't seem like she wants marriage or whatever. But then when she
yeah,
talked, I was like, oh, well, she's kind of being mature. Like,
yeah,
I didn't get that from the first episode.
yeah." I thought the same thing. I was like so sad. Not that whatever. She doesn't have to be the wild card, but I just, sometimes you're like, oh, I bet this is what's going to be like this, and that's going to be like that, and I'm right, and you're wrong. Not like somebody has to be wrong, sorry, but like I'm right. I called it. Like it's almost like a game for me when I watch this show. Like, can I pick up? Can I pick up what the producers are doing? Do I know? Do I know what's going on right now? I do know.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Anyways, yeah, this was a
our,
episode. I'm excited for next week.
oh gosh, me too. And I'm really excited to see, if I'm curious like how long he's going to keep Zoe on. And I'm hoping that
Yeah.
Julie goes far because I do really like her. Who do you want to see go far?
I really like Letitia. I really like Alex. I wasn't sure because she brought the llama in the first part. I'm like, okay. I don't really feel like I've been super connected with like the other girls, I guess. I'm not really getting like I love you. Like I really liked Alicia. Like I was really sad she went home. I
Yeah.
thought she was gonna go far. So we'll see.
I did too. I thought she was gonna go far. I also do like the wait, what's her name? Letitia? Letitia.
Yeah. I don't know. Carolina. I have no idea.
I did really like her also. I have a curiosity though. Is she Mormon?
I don't know. I don't remember.
For some,
I think somebody is.
I think it might be her. Like one of
I'd
them's
have
from
to
Utah and they came from a big family. I could be wrong. Like don't quote me
I'd
on
have
that.
to look in.
But I found it curious. Well, does she drink? I haven't noticed.
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention.
Mormons don't drink. But I found it uh just interesting that there was like a Mormon on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I will say that she I do like her, but I do think she's like, and this isn't a problem, but she's like to the point. Like she's like, do you also have a dad car? You know, like
She was the one that said that. I guess I don't remember her saying that.
I
Yeah.
think,
Okay.
yeah, I think that was her that
I think
said,
so. Maybe it's yeah. I think she can be direct, but I think maybe in her age and like maturity, she's also like, listen, I'm not gonna stick around here. Like if you're just playing a game, if you're just like Mr. Bachelor, I have my Ferrari,
yeah,
like
no,
that's
I
not dad.
agree. But it makes me, and I am glad she was vulnerable with him this week. I want to see a little more lightheartedness from her. A little
Yeah.
more, let's be light and fun, because I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. Let's hope it happens this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I love it. I like daydream about it. I think about it and like, it's like, man, it's never gonna be on again. And then I'm like, okay, it's Thursday. Like it's getting here. It's getting so much closer.
Yes. Yes. It's,
And I like that I can't binge it. I think that that is something else I like about the show in general is I'm not binging it. I'm not like watching one episode and then going, oh, well, I know I can watch the next one. I'm going to keep going. And then I know I can watch the next one. I'm just going to keep going. Not that I'm like just sitting and watching TV all day, clearly. Like I'll fold laundry or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's nice to like have a break and like think about it and be like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens next week.
Right.
Versus
And it's
just
also,
like, I want it now.
and I know I'm older than you, but like it just takes me back to when I was younger. And it was like, I remember being in like middle school and watching 90210, and it was like, this is the night it comes on.
Yes.
And there was an excitement, like even in elementary, I used to watch this show called Alf, and I feel like Alf came on Monday nights, maybe. Did you watch
Oh,
Alf?
that is so funny. I never really watched it. But I know what you're talking about.
But it was like, I feel like it was Monday night. I could be wrong, but it was like I had certain shows that, and my family, like we would watch them together,
Yeah. Mhm.
and it was an exciting thing. And then to The Bachelor. So anyway, it has that vibe for me, like, oh God, it's Monday. It's like The Bachelor night. It's an exciting
Yes.
forward to. And then also it's a winter time, which is like here in Ohio. By February, I'm on the struggle bus. So I'm just glad that it's a little brightness in the middle of winter too.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I would completely agree. I feel the same way about it. I agree. And I do feel the same way about TV, to be honest with you, in general. Like Extreme Makeovers back on TV. I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
So I've been trying, I mean, it's on TV tonight at 8, and I've been trying to be intentional about like actually watching it live. And because it's not something I'm going to like take time out of my day, I guess, to get on Hulu and watch it.
Yeah.
The Bachelor, I totally would. But
Yeah.
Extreme Makeover, I mean, it's fun to watch, but I want to watch it like live. So I do look forward to that actually. Yeah. I totally get what you're saying. It's like a simpler time. Like it's not on demand. It's when it comes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like date every Monday for fun and yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, this has been super fun. We're
Yes.
hour and 15 minutes probably.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. It's like I think we started at like 12:30ish and it's like 1:47.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This has been so much fun. I love it.
Me too. I've
Okay.
enjoyed. All
So
right.
we'll talk next week.
Yeah, peace out.
Bye.
Bye.